Welcome to Become. I'm Courtney Koenig, igniting your human design to become a powerful, profitable, purposeful boss of your business, of your career, and of your life. Human design is like an energetic personality test, but it's only based on your birth time, place, and date. Human design gives you a chart of the gifts that you were born with. You take action on those gifts so that you can have more clarity, more courage, and more confidence. Now, I have an amazing guest on today. It is Kimberly Olson. She is a self-made millionaire and the creator of the Gold Digger Girl. She serves female entrepreneurs by teaching them simple systems and online strategies in sales and marketing. Most recently, she was received the honor of being chosen as the top CEO of 2022 by the International Association of Top Professionals. Kimberly has been named as one of the top 20 life coaches to look out for in 2022, and is also on the Forbes Coaches Council. She's a TEDx speaker, and her recent speech was listed as the top 10 TEDx talks you do not want to miss. Most recently, she shared the stage with Rachel Hollis, Aaron King, Shaylin Johnson, and Jessica Higdon. Kimberly, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I am so excited. I'm so thrilled to have you on. And we love to get to know our guests and our coaches that come on before we jump into your chart.
Okay.
So I would love to know, what is a favorite book or show that you've been into lately?
Oh, all right. You should see my pile over there. So I'm reading all kinds of books. Right now I'm reading The Rockefeller Habits. It's phenomenal. I'm a big Audible girl, but sometimes I'll also get the paperback. So that means I'm like way into it. Yeah, if I want to, mark it up and all the things. So it's a short read, but it's like total goal if you're running a company or scaling your business. And shows I'm watching, I'm not much of a TV person. I do like to watch the Kardashians because I'm inspired about their empire building and the way that they just said, you know what, we're going to share our real story. I'm just so inspired by that. So I did binge watch that.
Oh yeah. Well, and they always bring quality stuff to the table. They're not like, I buy their stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, Kim, I love you. Thank you for bringing this product to market.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I'm totally obsessed.
Yeah. They're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to travel to?
I actually, of all the places I've ever been, I've been to Italy 3 times because I couldn't get enough. And my husband's actually Italian and has not been. So that's on the vision board to him and I to go and just explore and eat a lot of pasta. So Italy for sure.
That's amazing. That's on my list too. I have never been. Really I've been to France and Netherlands.
Okay.
Oh, amazing. But I was like, I need to go to Italy and Greece. That's Italy. That area. Yeah. Yeah. Eating is like why I travel.
Oh, it's just unbelievable.
So good. Well, I'm excited to share the gifts of your chart. One of the things that I'm really good at is I'm a projector, and that's one of the 5 design types. I'm really good at allowing your soul's message to speak to me and to share that message with you and to share those gifts and to direct people and mentor them into how to use their gifts more. The cool thing about human design is that there's no loopholes that our brain are trying to create, right? So when we take other, personality tests, our brain is looking for loopholes to say, hey, no, you're not that, you didn't answer the question right, or like you were super tired, so whatever. But because this is only based on a date of birth, a place, there's not a place where the brain can create those loopholes. So we adopt these gifts really readily. And what I do is help people to take action based on those gifts. So you are a generator, and this is one of the 5 types. And your gift is this go, go, go energy. It's so special how much you can get done in a day, in a month, in a week, in a year. The whole thing is extraordinary. You start something and you are going to finish it. Your gift is also helping others to believe in themselves so that they can accomplish tough goals. So not only are you accomplishing tough goals, but you cheer your team on, you cheer those who are in your sphere of influence on as you do so. Your abundant energy will also increase as you're satisfied each day with your effort, because it is amazing. Now, as you're doing that, you're working in your passion, you magnetize people towards you by just doing what you love. There's this, it's like a magnet, really. They're literally coming towards you because they see this energy. They're so in awe. They can feel this energy. And we know that energy speaks to energy before we even open our mouth, so that they're drawn towards you in this way. Now, you like to check like 500 boxes a day and get everything done.
You know me.
I know, weird. And then you want to check like 50 more boxes, beyond that. So this intense energy to get a lot done and to commit to a lot, but also having these kind of tough expectations on yourself. Like, this is up, up here where you want to do this. And we'll see more of those, more of that in your chart as well. But do you have a practice of acknowledging your wins and all that you get done, and the amazing?
It's newer for me. Yeah, I actually had a peer. I was speaking at her event last summer, and she was like, "What are you doing to celebrate?" And I was like, "Nothing," because it had gotten to a point where if I wanted to buy something, I could buy it. So it didn't feel like a special reward. And so now what I do is, when I've hit something, achieved it, I'll say, okay, what's something really unique or cool or different or special that I could do for me, or, sometimes my family. And that it's just pausing to make the connection between the thing I achieved and acknowledging it and choosing a reward. It's weird. It's not like I'm doing anything much different, but it's just associating it. That has helped me so much, but I never did it before because I'm that, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Yes. Do you feel like that's giving you more energy to progress and like expand?
Oh, absolutely. It's also allowing me to be more present with what I accomplished, because if you are so achievement oriented, it's never enough. So you also don't actually feel that like high of completing it and get that dopamine hit. You just sort of feel like it's never enough. So to pause and make that connection, I feel like it's like wired me a little bit different to really acknowledge like, wow, you did that, and how did that feel? And sometimes you're like, it's not what I thought it was going to be, or, oh, maybe that's not really what's important to me at this stage in my life, or maybe I want to see more of this. So it does force you to slow down and be a little more present, which I'm guessing my chart says that I am not as much as that, because I'm very in my hat, in the clouds a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the generators and all the manifesting generators that I coach, that's one of the things we really work on, is being present and taking that time to just have a little bit of stillness. And stillness can look like taking a walk, looking outside, doing a hobby. That's another thing for generators and the manifesting generators that have this immense amount of energy. It's like taking that energy and doing something that's just for them, just in those moments where there's no other shoulds or have tos or want to, it's just like, this is just for me, but I'm doing something in those moments to really acknowledge myself, or just fill me up in a way that's just for me, so
I love that.
That's, I also on another layer of your chart is your profile. Now, profile is your personality, and it's made up of two numbers. Yours is a 5-1, and you are the challenge solver. Now, the first number is the way you see yourself, and the second number is the way others see you. And this is really a nice tool to use, because so oftentimes we have blind spots for ourselves, or how are we showing up with other people? And so we can lean into this layer even more. So the number 5 is the liberator, and you have this save the day energy. You're naturally outgoing. People can sense that you can help them, and they're drawn towards that. And you also get to decide where you're going to put your energy, right? When people are saving the day, they have the save the people, save the movement, save all the things energy. And as a generator, you're going to do all the things. And so really being mindful about what are you being drawn towards to save that day, or a project are you being drawn towards? And focus on that. And when you do so, you'll be given another burst of energy. Now, this number one is the way others see you as this knowledge seeker. So you seek out facts and you like to be armed with facts. And you love education, you love Google, it's part of your purpose is to be thirsty for information. Now, when this 5 and this 1 come together, it forms this, you're a fixer and a problem solver. You do things differently and you kind of go against the grain with creative solutions about how to do so. People trust your integrity. They trust that you're authority in your field because of all this knowledge in this creative way and this saving energy that you have. Like, I'm going to help you. You can trust me that I'm going to lead you in the right way. Now, always as a generator, you're going to want to go with what lights you up. Go towards what lights you up. What's this like internal, like, oh, I'm excited about that. That makes me passionate about that, to help you decide where to put your energy towards. Now, you've helped millions of women to have the business of their dreams. You've helped so many women. How does that feel, seeing their successes, seeing how you have helped them in their lives?
Oh, I mean, obviously it's like the best ever. I think the best part is that, I did nutrition consulting. I have PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition. Makes sense with what you said, right? I love knowledge. I love knowing. I was like, what else can I learn in this realm? And when I was in that space, a lot of them didn't implement what I was teaching because it's so hard to make food changes and, it's just harder. And as I switched into coaching women over the last 4 or 5 years, they're paying money to learn how to grow their businesses, and watching them implement and take the action is like, it's like it's better. It's like when your kids do something, it's the best feeling in the whole world. Like I get so happy and excited when I see them winning and like the light bulb goes on. It's the best. It's awesome.
And I can tell that, I came to your conference and spoke at your conference. And one of the things with you being on stage and sharing all your beautiful knowledge, but also this ability to cheer on everybody else all the time, all throughout, it's like your heart was so huge. Here you were on stage, but I could feel your beautiful energy as I was sitting there watching. It was just gorgeous.
Thank you. Thanks for being there and being a part of it.
It was incredible. It was amazing. Also on your chart, there are centers. Now, a lot of times people look at their chart and they're like, what is all this mean? There's this crazy person with all these centers on the chart. The centers are in the body graph, where we see the person, and they look a lot like chakras. And so each center has a job to do. And your defined centers, which means you have these gifts with you always, are the sacral, which is your energy. So you always have that gift. It will always back you up. You have the solar plexus, which is emotions. And we think so oftentimes like emotions, we need to be like in this box for business, type of things. But emotions is really what connects us to everybody, and it makes those relationships and it builds everybody forward through those emotions. So those are so powerful to have, and you can harness those. You also have the heart, which is willpower. Now, I have done hundreds of chart readings, and you are in the top 1% of this definition. Not very many people have the heart defined. Wow. This is really special. Yeah, very special. Now, this defined heart means this gift is, I want what I want, don't stand in my way.
So it's not loving and sweet, like that kind of heart.
It is. It has that part. It's motivated. Yes, for real. It has this real drive to achieve this kind of like, I'm going to crush it is a great motto for you. And you use that a lot, and it's perfect. It's spot on. What you choose to focus on has potential, limitless potential. You are like, hey, world, this is me. I'm going to show up. I'm going to play big. I'm going to go after what I want. And as you follow that, after like I'm in this drive to go after what you want, you almost like start on the path without even knowing it, right? You're finding yourself on the path and you're like, okay, here we are, let's go kick this into motion. And especially when it is what you're passionate about, the possibilities are whatever you want them to be. They're coming from within you. And how have you felt this like strong willpower throughout your career?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything. So I'm just like, okay, whatever it is, I just know like where it's gonna happen, and that's what it is. So I think that the vision, I have the gift of vision, and when I see it, it's already done. Doesn't mean I don't have doubts and failure and things along the way, but I see it as already done. And once it's in my mind, that's what's going to happen. I don't always know how. I'm just like, we'll figure it out, build a rocket ship while you're flying. And there are many times, like the conference, for example, I had no business putting on a conference to that scope for my first one, but I could see it. I could see myself on the stage. I could see you and the other women in the audience, and it happened, and it was magical. So I think it's just sort of seeing it and then just saying, okay, I'll figure it out. I mean, I'll figure it out, right? We all do every time. Like, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, exactly. Well, and a beautiful thing about having this willpower and this strong ability is that you can give this to other people and you can share this energy. And that's at the conference, every time we speak, you're sharing this, like, we're going to get this done.
Yeah.
And there's no other option to not get this done, and visualizing that and seeing that come before it even happens is those beautiful manifesting powers, that you have that are coming through this willpower. So it's gorgeous. Now, also on your chart, there are channels. Now, channels are like, there's all these roads on your chart on the body graph. And so sometimes these roads are colored in, sometimes they're halfway across, sometimes they're all the way across from two energy centers. Well, you have this channel, and it's another gift that you have, and it's this love of communion with a tribe. You are giving to your tribe. You're a creator of your tribe. You have this huge part of your life. Mission is to make a soul family and this business besties, this community, and you're going to make it happen because it's attached to your heart, your willpower. You're like, this is how it's going to be. And what surprised me so much coming into the Gold Digger community was that it was a community, right? I was expecting, like, I knew you would rely on your promise. I knew that for sure. And when I came in, I didn't realize how much I needed a community surrounding me, community of friendships, of high resonating women who are just ready to hit the next level. They're ready to progress together. And you facilitate this community, and you facilitate that in each of your programs. You facilitate that even on your lives. You facilitate this community feel. And from your Elephant Sisters, your nonprofit, you facilitate another part of community through that. Now, visioning this tribe, right? Having this vision of this tribe, is this part of this manifesting practice that you do and these core values, bringing these to life? Like, do you see them?
So I was thinking about that the other day because, our Facebook groups, we have over 50,000 members in there. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I've never thought of myself as someone who creates community. But when I was little, I was in 2nd grade, I created a club in my neighborhood. We all had folders, those really cheap plastic folders. Like, I don't even know how I had the money to buy them, but everybody got a folder. We all had a job. Like, why do you need a club in 2nd grade in your neighborhood? But I think it's just, what I really think it is? I think it's my desire for belonging. And because I desire that, it's easy for me to be like, hey, come over here, like, let's do this together. Like, I am introverted too, but I have that extrovert, like you said, outgoing. It's so easy for me to find someone who's maybe quiet, even like when I was little, like who's quiet, who's alone, and I would go sit by them. I don't know what it is. So maybe it's wanting to belong, but for others to feel belonging, because I've been left out before. I've been bullied. Like I have this desire for everyone to feel like they belong. I think that's what it is. I don't know. What do you think? Because you're in my
Yeah.
community, so you
Yeah.
can.
Well, and it's feeling that alignment with your soul, you
Oh,
are meant to have a community and to build that community, and it fills you up in a way that other things don't. And
yeah,
so to align with that, that's the beauty of that. He's like, yeah, your soul needs this. As
yeah,
much as you need them, they need you, and you can
yes,
feel that connection.
yep, 100%. I need you guys. You complete me.
Yes, exactly. Oh, another layer on your chart, also with your heart, you have so much heart and willpower and connection here, is gate 26. And this is the gift of knowing the right way to communicate something so it will land well. Your
Mhm.
salesmanship at the finest. And again, I can't memorize all these things, so I just get called to what is, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's so beautiful. You help people to see something that you have, and that's exactly what they need.
yeah. Mhm.
You have this gift of phrasing, and then as a generator, as you layer that on too, as you're doing what you love, they're automatically magnetized towards you. So it's getting this beautiful gift and sharing it more and more and more. And we know that selling is all about sharing, right? Sometimes people get so in their heads about this. Um,
Yes.
but it's being about passionate about who we're serving and our message, and really connecting that with our vision. So how have you leaned on this gift?
Yeah, and it's true. With delivering something and it landing, I think it's because I'm so honest and I learned to buffer things. So if it's an uncomfortable conversation, I've learned, like, the 1 Minute Manager is great for everybody to read because it's such a short book, but I've been, using that for 20 some years in management. And it's helped me because whenever you're having a tough conversation, it doesn't do anyone good to, slip it under the rug, ignore it, be passive aggressive. And so I have always worn my heart on my sleeve. You can tell just by looking at me if I'm upset. I can't hide anything from my husband. He's like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And he's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Okay." So I think that it really comes down to being in integrity with being caring, but also being caring enough for that person that you need to have that conversation. And when it comes to sales, I've always excelled in sales. And I think it's because if I think that what I have is for that person, I'm going to tell them that. And if it's not, I'm not going to. So no one ever feels incongruent with what I'm saying, I would think, for the most part, because I truly believe if I have something that can help someone, why wouldn't I share that with them? I want to help them. I want to help people. So I'm not going to hold back on that and feel like I'm being salesy. I have something to help you. And if you want it, cool. Let's do some magic. Let's create some magic together.
Yes. Oh, love that phrase. Let's create magic together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it changes how, like how we go into a sale or relationship building,
Mhm.
it's just all about I'm here to help, and whatever way I can serve is the way that we're going to connect, right?
Yes.
And the way that our souls are connecting is through this service. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Okay, so one more layer on your chart that I really wanted to point out is so beautiful is on your solar plexus, and this is your emotional center. So you have this emotions, and emotions can drive us too, right? They can be this
Mhm.
driving force of action, of vision, of connection, and you have a gate. And this is a gate number 22, and this is the gift of grace and charm. So you have this magnetic force that draws people towards you. You sparkle in the spotlight. That's where you shine. That's where you're like, you rise to the occasion, and
Mhm.
it's just for you,
Yeah.
Um, and lots of famous people have this. So I thought this was really cool to point out. Uh, you also have a channel from your emotion center to your energy center. And this is the attunement to close relationships. It's this bond making. It's this facilitating closeness. You break through people's reservations, and you're good at connecting with humans and people that are surrounding you. So you've built this 7-figure company all online, right? And a lot of times people, are like, well, online, you don't really get to connect and really get to know people, And how have you used these gifts and on social to really create those close relationships? Because we know close relationships make everything as far as business and personal life as well.
Yeah, for sure. So I was able to do that through Messenger. I don't do a lot of, I'm not a phone call person. I sold Cutco cutlery knives for years. That's how I paid for college. So smile and dial, I don't want anything to do with the phone if I can help it. So I don't actually get on the phone very much. Voice memos is my favorite thing in the whole wide world, as you know. And so through Messenger with Facebook specifically, when I first started out and I was meeting new people, other entrepreneurs, I would message them and just say, hey, like what you do, I want to support you. Let me know, what your goals you're working on. And so I would start to see what people were saying, that they were working on or what they were struggling with. And I was able to create content or tools based off that. And so I was helping them, with their goals, but also really caring. So I would come back and meet, say, hey, I remember you said this. And people are always like, wow, like you really care. And I don't mind going there. I don't mind asking hard questions. I don't mind being invasive, with a conversation, because if we're going to build a relationship, I think trust is really important. And if they don't trust me and they're not open, I would feel it. Like I wouldn't even go there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So Messenger.
Yeah, and again, throughout the layers of your chart, building this tribe, this soul connection that's so important for you, and so vital to your vision and your business is going after the one person, like really making that one-on-one connection. And people think there's like some magic, formula out there, but it's really making that one-on-one connection. I know you were telling me about how you got some of the speakers to come and you're like, I messaged them, we had a conversation, and everybody is people. And so building that relationship matters.
It does. Yeah. You can do it with anything.
Yes. Yeah. This has been so beautiful to look at these gifts. There's so much magic here. So much that you are in alignment and sharing those gifts. And it's so beautiful to see. So I would love for you to share where people in the community can connect with you, where they can coach with you, get in your groups.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for being so affirming and seeing the gifts and the beauty, because it's just, I could listen to you tell me these wonderful things all day long. I'll be coming back and listening to this. So I'm on social media on every platform. If you specifically want to say hello and connect, shoot me a DM on Instagram and follow me over there. It's at the Goal Digger Girl, GOAL. Love to, follow you back and just get to know you better and find out more about what you got going on.
Perfect. And we'll drop all your links in the show notes so everybody can grab those. Thank you, Kimberly, so much for being on today. And thank you all for listening. Please make sure you screenshot this and share this to your stories, tag Kimberly and I, and we will shout you out as well. So thank you, everybody. Let's rise to thrive.